Hi, everybody. Welcome to Nutritional Energetics on the Kashik Academy. And of course, I'm here with Christy Warnick today. Hey, Christy.
Hi everyone.
So we've been having fun off screen too here. And today I'm talking about how to create your own power center or your center of intention. And Christy and I always laugh at each other because I like the science and to really figure things out and to really go deep into why. And Christy just goes, just do it. And yeah, so we always laugh at each other. So this is great, actually, though, today because Christy's been, talking about her intention table and setting that up. And then I was just reading, two things. I'm going to talk a little bit about to intro it, and then Christy can tell you about her table as well.
And I'm going to be sharing this out while you're talking there. So, okay. All right.
And hey, William, how are you?
Hi.
Yeah, I talk so much that forgive me if I don't get everybody down there. I talk so much I have to move this thing up and down. And I want to show you some pictures. But if anybody knows any of what I do, I love the Alchemy of Nine Dimensions by Barbara Handclough. And that was really I read this thing over and over and over again. And she discusses the 9 dimensions according to the information that was given to her by the Palladians. And I've read this book over a number of years. I want to say over 10 years. It's not a new book. But her delve was to also talk about the science of the 9 dimensions. And in really short version, the 9 dimensions all have their own science. Of course, you can't explain everything in 3D. We know that. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Judy. Thank you for sharing. Hey, Karis. Hi, everybody. Hi, George. Thanks for chiming in. Hi, Nina. Hello, everybody. Hi. We're talking about creating your power center. And let me just grab this book. The Alchemy of 9 Dimensions. I thoroughly recommend this book if you like delving into the what's what. It talks about consciousness. It talks about the 9 dimensions and the science of the 9 dimensions. Barbara Handclough wanted to know that, and I like knowing it too. And what I really loved about this book was it showed a diagram of a crop circle being formed, and it's in diagrammatic form, not picture. And it shows how manifestation comes down through the dimensions from light and sound into the geometric form, into 5D, into 4D, into 3D, and then the pulling of gravity and the spinning of the earth basically to manifest things into 3D. So the same thing that Christy's going to talk about is, of course, the energies from above and below solidify it into matter here on 3D. Mm-hmm. And I just love reading about that through her stuff. And I'm sure I could read the whole book again and find another whole layer. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where you just find layers of things. So, of course, everybody knows that, create your sacred space, get a separate space for yourself. Everybody knows about sacred sites around the planet. And, you kind of wonder about those. Why are they sacred sites? And then just recently, I have downloaded something that's actually free for download from Lynn McTaggart, because I love her work, too, because she really likes to get into the what's what and kind of the science. I think she was a reporter, a journalist. And she's now into energy work. And so she's been doing lots and lots of experiments, and I think she has a book called The Power of 8. Haven't read it yet, but it's, of course, about, when 2 or more of us gather together, it's more powerful. But she really kind of tells the science of it, and I just want to really quickly read a few excerpts. It's called Living in the Field, if I can get this in here. Mm-hmm. It's by Lynn McTaggart. It's L-Y. I can put this up here, too. If you go to her site, I've never taken classes from her, but I love her scientific mind that leads into energy work. You can download this for free. And for me, it's a really super interesting read, because as I listen to Christy talk about her table, I went, oh my gosh, this is how it's working. And I can see things in to me, when I can visualize them and see the energies and everything, it makes makes it more powerful for me. And the other thing, before I forget, in the Alchemy of Nine Dimensions, she also talks about another man. Last name is Barber, or yeah, Barbour, I think, and he calls it Platonia, if I'm saying all this right. But he sees it as when we create an intention and we all start to share this intention, that it creates a mist. I'm pretty sure he's thinking in 6D. And it creates a mist. And the stronger that we all use that intention, the stronger the mist is created. So this is kind of a different, another one. There's that looks at things the way that manifestation happens and is stronger or dissipates. So the mist is created. So for example, like Christy's table, she created her table. The mist is created. You've had many people with intentions on there. You've been using it for a while. And the mist gets stronger, and everybody knows about this table. So the mist gets thicker and thicker, and almost the expression, it's like cutting it with a knife. You actually create a path of manifestation. So that's another really cool way that I love to look at it, is this mist is creating. Now on the other side, when things don't get used as much, when an idea doesn't get used as much, or when a long time, like right now, when we're breaking down old ideas and, old manifestations, this mist starts to dissipate. So the less we can put attention on that particular thing, like maybe, war or whatever, you want to find something really profound, the less you can put your intention on it, this mist dissipates. So I love that analogy too. So there's the wonderful picture that I love with the crop circle coming down and up and making, our circle on the fields that give us information. I just love that one. Hey, Joyce. Hey, Brent. I just wanted to say hello. Yeah, entanglement, right?
Hi, everyone.
And we all know that this is there, but to me, it's just exciting when I see it all in print and can go, okay, it solidifies my mist more when I see this. And I just want to read some things from Lynn McTaggart's Living in the Field. She talks about the power of intention. We're all good with that. She talks about sacred places. She talks about, group intention. But what really struck me, thinking about Christy's table, and what I've been doing in my rooms, because I've changed, but I keep defaulting to the old room. I go, I'm going to sit over there. And I didn't really think about it that much, but Lynn McTaggart calls it the spirit of place. And I just want to read a couple of lines, and then we'll bring Christy in and she can explain how she created her table, how you can create your own space. So I just wanted to read you some things that I've highlighted here. And this is a quote, but, we're all in alignment with thought is a tangible energy that can have a physical impact on events and on living and non-living things. This first one explores the intention of, positive thinking in our daily life and how infectious it is. We're all good with that. The spirit of place, they were actually doing experiments. They were testing the 0-point field. They were testing intentions. They were actually containing intentions and having them work or not work in different ways, and being able to test these with, of course, physical machines. And it says which ones in here. But again, I just highlighted a few things. So does the energy, she's talking about sacred space and wondering if the energy, like sacred space as in, all the big sacred spaces on the earth. And saying, does the energy of the inhabitants coalesce at a site like an energetic whirl, or is it some sort of energetic resonance that's always present? And then she wonders if we can create our own spirit of place, and I love that word, spirit of place, or you can call it your power center, whatever, depending upon its use over time. So, like I said, they were doing experiments about 0-point fields and random fluctuations depending on where they were sending their intentions. And this gentleman who was doing some of the experiments, Tiller, discovered that special supersymmetry physics in one place in nature was created, just like there are places in your body. We know there's kind of power centers in our body, or there's, you know, meridians and power centers there as well. He also took the body into account as well. The neat thing that they found was what they could actually localize an intention, literally in a box. And I'm not going to give all the details here to either bore you or whatever. You can download it. But they found that it created an ordered environment, like Christy's table. We'll use that as an example because we know that's been doing great lately. You can take an environment like that, create it, and of course anything that's created has its own spirit as well. As I look at the clock at 1:11 on my time.
Yeah.
And then it can actually it creates its space, but can also actually becomes more powerful in their however they were testing ordered space. So this ordered space can actually reach out and affect your intention and what's going on as part of your intention. And what they actually found as well is with placebo experiments, they did too, and the one that was used for 3 months, they actually did experiments for 3 months, and that was the timing that actually was needed in their experiments anyway, to actually create it as a power center and a power room of what they used. The other room that they didn't use very often, or they didn't really put too many intentions in that much, didn't have any effect on the 0-point field of any intention. So it was really interesting that they were really doing this based on scientific experiments, and that the fields were actually created. They could measure the field. They could tell that the field was there. They could tell that the field was getting more ordered, and they could tell that the field could reach out better to others with your intention when things were created there. So I probably didn't explain it very well, but I just love it because it's based in 3D science, but trying to combine into the 4 and 5D and the rest of them. So I just found it super fascinating, and I went, oh, okay, so that's why I really want to stay in my other room. That's why I keep defaulting and going back there to do my shows or to do my sessions, because I created my own power space over there with different crystals and different accelerators and things like that. So I'll stop there so Christy can tell you about her table and how she created it as well.
Yes. And there's an echo here when I'm talking.
It might stop if you keep talking, or I can put, I brought headphones just in case I was echoing as well.
Yeah, it's still doing that. Okay, yeah, so what I did was, I think it stopped now. Okay, I was working with MDM Products by Peter Schenck. And so I just, one day I was sitting there and I was working on my computer, and I said, I just had this thought that came into my mind. You need to connect some of the products, connect some of these spiritual tools that you have. And I was like, okay, so, you know, which one should I use? I have so many of them. And so, so I just saw it in my mind, and I just went, and I had a desk that I wasn't using for much. And so I just kind of, moved a couple of things off the desk so it was clear. And I put the Terra Resonator there, and activated it, and then put the Mer Compass Rose on top of it. And then I have the 4 of his I Am pyramids. And so I put those on each corner. And then I have, I actually just moved things from that desk that I originally started on, because I needed more room. I was adding more things, and more people were being added to the table with their intentions, and so I needed more space. And so I moved it to a larger table. It's our pool table that's downstairs that wasn't being used. And so it's a much larger space. But it took me like, I don't know, it took me several hours to get everything balanced. everything to where it needed to be, because so much of a percentage of how it's working is placement, where I'm placing things, making sure things are balanced. And I use the oracle cards on there. Right now I've got the dragon deck, and so I pulled out of there the ones that I was guided to use with the best intentions on them, the best affirmations on them. And so I use those. And I also have some crystals on there as well. And I just, when I moved to the bigger table, I added my Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, little figurines, little statues. And I also have Kuan Yin on there as well, which is she's the goddess of mercy. And so I have, as you can see from the picture, I have the earth, a little ball that's like a earth. So the energies are going to the earth too. But people have had amazing results from being on this table. And what it is some of them I have done specific individual sessions with, and then put them on there for just additional support and shifting and to continue what we worked on. But I had someone that I was working with last year. I did some sessions for him, and he had gone at the end of the year and had a scan done. He had cancer. And so at the end of the year, he went for a scan, and they still showed some tumors. So I left him I put him on the table and kept him there with the intention. I had several intentions for him. The number one was being healthy. And so I had him on the table, and I just kept him there and I would send energies to it every single day. And he went for a scan recently, a couple of weeks ago or so, and the tumors are gone. And so when I tested what percentage of that had to do with either being on the table and kind of what I've been intending and all of this, it was a very large percent, even though he does have so many people praying for him. And I know that was a big part of it as well. But it is, and I had someone else recently. I offer this as a 3-day process for the full moon and new moon each month. And someone I put on there, and she had a drinking addiction, alcoholic. And so she, the first day, she didn't want to drink, and she hasn't drank anything since then. And that's been just this past week. And so I had someone else that was on there, and she, was wanting financial abundance and really help getting more leads with her work where she was at. And so she now has been getting in more and more leads where she's working at, so that she can increase her income. And also her son has been getting some additional support from some scholarships for schooling. And so that's, being additional income as well. And so it's just amazing and I have testimonials of people that I've turned it into like a program, because I add in the light wave where I do that at least once a week, sometimes twice a week or more. And so that really balances everything. So I created a program around this. It's called Be a Better Balanced You. And it adds in, like I said, the light wave balancing the chakras, the elementals, and the body systems. But it also opens up those receiving channels and helps even more. And then I put, they stay on the table. You can choose weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. So I've had some people doing that, and they're noticing a big change. Someone has been on there for actually a couple of months, and she says she's, around 70 years old, and she says she feels great, and she has not felt this good in so long, and so many opportunities that are just opening up for her. And we tested, and such a large percentage of it is from just being on this table in this energy field. And when I asked what this was doing, and it was because the MDM products bring in a lot of those elemental, that earth energy, but it also brings in that source energy with some of these too. It provides not only manifesting, but clearing and healing, all kinds of things. And it's like it's bringing together that heaven and earth. It's combining those and bringing them to this one energy field to allow so many possibilities, because so much is possible. And my intention and the intentions that are on the table have a big role in this, because I make sure that they are the best intentions. So I help people set their intentions, and I actually have some set for the whole table, and that is a large percentage as well. So it's pretty great. I mean, I started off just linking it like either during the day or just at night, because it was getting used to that energy. But now it's balanced out so much since it's, I've left it there, that it's there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week now. So it's working all the time now, and it's wonderful. It's working great.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about like my family is on there. We were talking about different. I have them on there for some general intentions, and which one was? Yeah, for me, the marketing. I'm jumping back into doing more marketing for my lodge, because the past probably year I've been really doing a lot of my attention has gone to the energy work that I've been doing with some awesome people, and so now it's summertime and I have to get back marketing and get creative, because things constantly change. If anybody has a business, it doesn't matter what it is, that you always have to change. And I've been in this a long time with the lodging business, and got back into some of the new formats. I had jumped off them before, and I was testing that 100% of the more creative things that I've just been doing were to being on Christy's table and having those intentions and having that support. So that was really cool.
And that's just been in the past week that we put you on there just to test this out for you. And when I moved to the bigger table, I put on there my pyramid from Karen LaGrange. I added that in there. So I have, on top of the 4 I Am pyramids from Peter Schenck, I've got 2 other ones. One's just an organite pyramid, and the other one is the one from Karen LaGrange. That's just part of it right there, but it says Believe, but it has different things on different sides of it. And then you showed, I'm getting in the dragons. I'm going to be adding in dragons. There's Venus right there, and I've got Solomon. He's coming in. I've got Solomon coming in, and also I'm getting from her a lotus, and these are all going to be cleared and charged, and they'll have intentions with them. So it's going to be very powerful once those come in. They're being shipped to me from the Netherlands. So those were specifically created for me. So it's got specific energies that I told her what I was going to be using them for, and so she made sure to put in there what was going to be best and most harmonious, and a good balance for that. So yeah, it's going to bring in that. Solomon is the male and Venus is the female, so it's going to bring in that feminine and masculine energy. So it's going to be a good balance to put on there.
Yeah. And I just put a picture up. This is actually the lake just off my property for the Lake Clear Lodge. And a bunch of you that I saw your names come in. We are going to be meeting here. Let me put this up in September. So we're going to be meeting in September for Karen Khan's Supercharge Your Healing Retreat. And you can check that out. That's my lodge. That is a portal. I've had 3 very high-level seers tell me that I do have a portal on my lake, and that was something that happened. That picture was something that happened for hours. It was just amazing, and there's nobody else that I know that saw it. It was just incredible. But that has a power center on our property too that's been there. I've never tested how long it's been there or where it came from. We've known about it for a few years now. I just love that picture, so I wanted to put that up too.
Yeah, and I'll be at that event as well. So planning, I will be there, and so it's going to be exciting being there and getting to see that and actually meeting you in person. And if anyone, I did pull an accelerator image. The Palladian's Light Matrix sparks new ideas and manifests projects. So this is a really cool one to do for today. And so I'll just send the energies of this out to everyone that chooses to receive them. And yeah, you showed me a crystal skull earlier, and Yeah, especially if you put that on the Terra Resonator, that's going to be, I don't know if you already have or not, but that's definitely going to.
Well, the neat thing about this skull was I was showing this to Christy earlier. This skull actually was brought in by a guest to the lodge years ago, even before I was really, doing a lot of energy work, if you want to call it that, whatever. And a guest just came in, just reserved. They were just here for vacation, and she actually got talking to my son, whose birthday is today. So that's really neat that we're talking about this. She was talking to my son, and she goes, listen, I have something with me that I need to leave here. I'm getting that it has to stay. So this was we weren't talking about anything, once you get rolling about talking. So this was actually a gift from a guest who just thought it needed to stay here and be with us. And she gave it to my son originally. And I keep it charged and keep it on the table, put it in his room every now and then. So that was just something that was a gift.
And I had the accelerator image for the Persian crystal skull, which is confidence, clarity, and enthusiasm. So that's kind of what prompted me to find this one and pull this one out so everyone can receive those energies as well. Mm-hmm. And on my show this Tuesday, if anyone is interested, I'm going to have this week is going to be about abundance, like money and prosperity, that kind of abundance, but just really overall abundance. On Tuesday, I'm going to be here with Lee Cara. So she and I are going to be doing some downloads, I'll be doing the downloads and activations while she's talking about these different things that really are the keys to abundance, to attracting that. And also on my show on Wednesday on the A1R Psychic Radio, my Energetic Alchemy show, I'm going to be doing a whole energetic clearing and healing for abundance. So that's just what's come up for this week. And and the reason why I say that is because so many people on their intentions on the table, I have abundance for them, or prosperity, or, increase of money to bring that in. So many people are requesting that. So that's the reason why it's coming up for this week. So I'm going to make this whole week about abundance.
Christy, what times are they on Tuesday and Wednesday?
On Tuesday, the Power of Energy show, or the Power of Energy Healing show, is going to be here on the Akashic Academy, and that is at 12 o'clock Eastern Time, 11 o'clock Central Time, which is 9 a.m. Pacific Time. And then on Wednesday evenings, it's a 4-hour live stream, so I have a 30-minute segment in there, and that's on A1R Psychic Radio, Energetic Alchemy, and that's at 8:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Central, which is 5:30 Pacific Time. And I always just post the replay of my 30-minute segment the morning after, so that'll be on my Facebook page. And if anyone wants to go there and look at any of this information, I've got it on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/ChristyWarnick1. But also you can find that and any other information too, as well, on my website, which is ChristyWarnick.com. So that's there. Just the links to the Be a Better Balanced You program is there. I've put it under the session, so that gives you different options with that. And it also has a video that I did explaining about it and everything. So it's available for anyone at any time if they want to join. And so it really has made a difference in so many lives. And that's the reason why I was guided to create it, and it really is a sacred space. I make sure to keep the entire space cleared. I always check the light score of it. I even had you double check it when I was getting everything balanced and aligned on it when I moved it. I always get it to that 100 light score. And keep it there as often as possible. Every once in a while it'll jump down to 99.5, and I'm like, nope, we're going back up to 100. And so I keep it there at 100. So that way it is just all the best intentions with the, just full of love and light there. And on this picture, I've got the white candle and the pink candle, which represents love and light. And so I just put those on there with like I said, the best intentions.
And Christy, someone's asking if you offer classes. So I was just going to put your website up there.
I mean, I do some mentoring because I do the STAR program, and with that, I do some mentoring depending on what it is that you're needing or wanting. But I'm always happy to share, and I can absolutely, you can sign up for that and contact me, or just message me or email me. All that information's on my website under Contact Me.
Okay, and what's your website, Christy?
ChristyWarnick.com.
Okay.
Real easy. It's easy to find me. And I have so many videos on YouTube now. I upload every single show, every single video on YouTube now. So they're all there. This one will be there later today, but and all the ones prior to today are there. There's so many there that you can go and get all kinds of clearings and healings and activations. And I've done some videos for manifesting. So there's all kinds there, and you can also just see how that resonates with you. And if you have a specific issue, be sure to contact me and let me know, and we can work on that. Yeah.
Okay, so I just actually wanted to show you guys real quick. This is going to go on my intention table because I tend to not drink as much water as I should. It's actually a water bottle with crystals on the bottom. So I'm going to put this on my intention table so that I keep myself hydrated when I'm doing sessions or intentions as well. And there's really cool crystals on the bottom. I'll put those on the nutritional energetics page as well. I just wanted to show you that. So yeah, guys, don't forget to, we talk about our sacred spaces, but they really do have, they actually start to form the mist. They start to form a path out. So if you haven't already, go, and they don't have to be really extensive like Christy's table. Or anything else, just a little bit of special things that are yours that basically just magnify your intention and start putting the path out. So yeah, and this will be posted on the Akashic Academy. So if anybody starts to create their space or wants to put pictures up of the space or share that for any reason, if you're inspired to do so, we're happy to.
Yeah. Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments, and we'd be happy to. Those are always fun to look at, the way people put things together and create things, and so get the best advice I can give is to get creative. Yep. Get creative and just go with what your intuition tells you. Go with that guidance, that divine guidance. And that's what I did, and it has worked. So, it's like I said, it's creating miracles. It truly is. And so if anyone, wants to be a part of that, contact me and let me know. I'm happy to add you to the table. There's different options available with that program that I've created. But also, just go with your intuition if you want to create your own space, because mine has a lot of the MDM products and crystals and pyramids, and when I add the dragons, it's a large investment for me for what I've added there, but for what it's doing, though, it's worth every bit of it and more. And so, I'm helping. The earth is on there, and I'm helping so many people. And in this space, it's just what I was guided to create. So that's, to me, there's a bigger spiritual picture there. There's obviously the science involved as to how it works, but when it comes to that spiritual aspect, sometimes there's things that you just can't explain, and so some things are kind of unexplainable in a way, and so it's just amazing. And so I believe in everything on it and trust it completely, because I know that it's all the best intentions there.
Yeah. Okay.
And from your own experience, you've noticed a difference just in 1 week. So it does happen very quickly. It does shift things very quickly. Some things, for some reason, might take a little longer, but they don't really have to. It depends on if, your participation. You have to want it. You really have to set your own intentions as well. But it's working behind the scenes no matter what you do. So
yeah, and I just wanted to, in my lodge, because I have so many different directions that I go in a day, I've had my kitchen for 30 years and have been upping the vibe of foods in my kitchen. So I feel like my kitchen is my food power space. This room is like transferring across the hall here from my power space over in the other room. So I'm transferring all my wonderful things here and getting them balanced. And Christy was helping me with that. And then down at the lake is just a general power space for guests. And then down, which I've done Akashic Academy shows before, down in my food demo and my food class area, that's where I have my Terra resonator for food and things. So I have different spaces throughout my lodge that I use for different things and feel are my different power spaces for the different uses that I have. So yeah, like Christy said, get creative. You can do it in different areas. I think with the really interesting info that I found is just keep it consistent and use it. Things like Lightwave that Christy and I do. You know, when you get certified, he says you have to use it for a few months for it to be really powerful. And Christy and I have had it for quite a while. I know I use mine every day.
Yeah,
and I love Lightwave. And because you have to keep the attunement to yourself. You have to keep that mist, if you like that analogy, going, and you have to keep the mist a really thick one to find the path, to find and create that really strong path out. So it really does. Yeah, everybody go for it.
And be sure to share this out, because everybody has the power to create their own, fairy gardens, you know, their own spaces that are with intentions. Put intentions by it. And so, yeah, we just want to encourage you to do that, but also to offer you, if you are looking for that additional help, know that we're here. And so that's what we're here for. And I am so happy to share that with you all. And if you have more questions, I do have, a couple of videos and also some videos about Peter Shink's, the MDM products that I'm using and putting together, along with some other things. And I even have his products on my website as well. So, they're just links to his page, but he and I got together and I put them on my page. And so go there if you're interested in looking at some of the products that I use. I use all of his products every day. And so I'm very grateful to have those. And I'm manifesting the Terra Resonator XL right now using my Terra Resonator Plus. And that's how I manifested the Terra Resonator Mini and the Plus, was by using the Terra Resonator and putting it on there. And then, so it's funny how things can manifest very quickly. So I'm excited about that.
Okay, everybody, thanks for all your shares and your comments. Thank you so much for chiming in today with Christy and I. And Christy, we'll see you on Tuesday, right?
Yes.
On the Akashic Academy. Okay, and lots of other good shows on the Akashic Academy. So join in. Okay, thanks everybody. Bye for today.
Thank you. Bye.